Okay. All right. So if I did v squared plus 12v minus 28 equals 8, what is my first step? So first step is to take the constant on the end and move it over. So I've got v squared plus 12v, I leave a blank, equals, and then what's 28 plus 8? 36, okay. And then what should I do? Okay, so 12 divided by 2 is 6. And then 6 squared is 36. And then what do I do with the 36? So the 36 is the number that completes the square. That goes on the blank. And if I add 36 to the left side, what do I have to do to the right side? I have to add 36 to that side as well. So I end up with something in parentheses squared equals some number. So x plus 6 is what goes on the parentheses. And then what is the number on the right side? 72. 36 and 36 gives you 72. Okay, so the completing the square process is done. I had my blank, I took my middle term, I divided it by 2, I took that answer, I squared it. That perfect square is what went in the blank. I added that to both sides. And then the number I got when I divided by 2, that's what goes in the parentheses every single time. So that parentheses squared, and then I have my number over here. So now I'm just going through the process of solving it. So if I want to solve it and get x alone, how do I get rid of my exponent of 2? I'm going to square root both sides. And when I square root something, how many answers do I get? 2. So I'm going to say x plus 6 equals positive and negative square root 72. Is 72 a perfect square? No. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it like that for a second. And then what should I do to get the x alone? Subtract the 6. So if we were saying exact answers that have not been like ruined by rounding or whatever, then I would say my perfect exact answer is plus or minus root 76 or root 72 with a minus 6 on the end. If I wanted to get the approximate answer, then I would go ahead and plug that in my calculator. And I'm going to get decimals because of that root 72. So positive root 72 minus 6, negative root 72 minus 6. And then those would be my approximate solutions. So 2.485, negative 14.485. Okay. Is there any part of the process where I need to answer a question? No? Okay. Chromebooks can be away. There's no reason to have them out right now. So go ahead and put them away. Okay, that's fine, but you can do it later because we're doing example problems. Right. Okay. Hey guys, Chromebook's closed. Thank you. all the way closed. I can always do a pass for you if you need it later when it's been 15 minutes. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's try b squared minus 18b plus 27 equals -7. So what's the first step? Okay, so first step is to take the constant. Constant is just a number without a variable. So take the constant, move the constant over to the other side. And then you're going to leave a blank space. And -7 and -27 is -34. Okay. All right, don't say anything out loud. Just see if you can figure out what to do next. Mm-hmm. But when you square it, it's still going to be positive. Mm-hmm. Good question. Garrett, let's put the phone away so I don't have to take it. Thank you. All right, so what was our next step? Okay, so -18 divided by 2 is -9, okay? And then what do we do once we know what it is? We square it, okay? Okay. And then what do we do with that 81? Okay, so put it in the blank, so we are completing the square right here. And then also add it to the other side, okay? Now we're going to have an equation with something squared equals something, and I want you to not say it out loud, but see if you can figure out what it should be. Something squared equals something. Don't say it out loud, just see if you can figure it out. Mm-hmm. 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 That's the right spot. So what goes in the parentheses? X minus 9. So whatever you got when you divided by 2, that's the number that goes in the parentheses. If the number you got when you divided by 2 is a negative, you put a negative in the parentheses. If the number you got when you divided by 2 is a positive, you put a positive in the parentheses. So whatever number you got when you divided by 2, that's what goes in here. And then what's over here? 47? So -34 plus 81 is 47. Okay, let's go ahead and solve it. Don't say your answer out loud. And let's leave it in exact form. So that means that the radicals should still be there. Not radicals plural, just one radical. There should be one radical there. So go ahead and solve it. Leave it in exact form. So no decimals. Leave the radical there. So what'd you guys have?
I got x equals plus or minus 47 plus 9
Okay, so we get the plus or minus root 47, and then the 9 would have been added over to the other side. So this is what we have. Everybody good with that part? Yes? Okay. So let's try another one. Let's see if we can do the whole thing from beginning to end. So we're going to do x squared minus 10x minus 2 equals negative 3. Yeah, unless they specify that they want the decimal answer, they're both good answers. Yep, so this is considered exact. The other one's approximate. You've solved it either way. It just depends on what the instructions are asking. Yeah. And if they don't specify, then you get to choose. And I would always choose this one because that's the lazier answer. Yeah.